everyone, my name is Rado Tsonov. I'm the country manager for Ascent Bulgaria. I want to share a personal story which I think is relevant to the next 20, 25 or 30 minutes of content that you're about to hear from my colleagues. So about 15 years ago, I just graduated high school, and there was this guy, the most senior person there, who's the kind of the manager of the team, who's, I think, the bottleneck of what I'm trying to kind of pitch to you guys. So he said two things which I remember quite vividly up till today. And the first one was, listen, whatever you're gonna do in whatever years of professional experience you have ahead, just make sure you do them in a way you're not gonna be ashamed to put your name on top. Do things in a way you're gonna be very proud of whatever is it that you're doing. And for those of you who know a little bit about media, it's quite a difficult job because especially when it's kind of like a daily routine, a lot of things happen. And even 15 years ago when internet wasn't so kind of, you know, into the lives of everyone, media have their sources and things happen. So we, you know, in order to keep kind of like a good level of whatever you're doing, it takes a great amount of effort and oftentimes a great amount of courage. So the second thing he actually didn't say, but he was kind of quite much into, was just, you know, being the teacher slash coach or this person that will actually very elegantly kind of show you everything that you gotta know about something that you have no experience with. So for example, if we had to do like an interview, if had to prepare for meeting someone that's kind of relatively important, he would sit together with me for whatever hours needed. So he's gonna show me the precise kind of components of what makes a good interview actually good. So fast forward 15 years ahead, I'm sitting in the chair of kind of like a very big company, and you know, being responsible for the Bulgarian side of our business. I still remember these two lessons because, first of all, and I think that applies to everyone that works, you know, around me in these days, is, you know, we're doing things in ways that we're really proud of whatever we're delivering. So if for some reason we have to make a compromise with anything, we just try to make it in a way that actually it's not hurting anyone's kind of good interest. And you know, very often you have to kind of make this decision: are you gonna do something really well, or are you know, gonna just kind of, you know, check the box, said it's delivered, and forget about it. So I very much pitched to you the idea of doing the first one. And I've been fortunate enough for the last, you know, 15 years, and I hope it's the same going forward. Definitely it is right now, to be surrounded by people that I can learn so much from. And, you know, to the extent possible, and if that's something that depends on you, just be that person for the others. Just be, you know, that, you know, guy or girl, you know, just, you know, make sure that you are the good person that is always there when people kind of need your input. And if you're in this kind of beginning role, just make sure you make a very conscious decision about your next kind of professional endeavor, because unless you do that, it's very likely that, you know, you end up with something that you're not very comfortable with. So I want to thank you so much, and you know, in the next couple of minutes or whatever it takes, you know, you're gonna see some videos from my colleagues, really great guys and girls, and I hope you like them as much as I do.
My name is Martin Conde. I work as a senior software engineer in Ascent.
Hi, my name is Radoslav Vitanov.
Hey everyone, my name is Lazar. I am a team lead here at Ascent. I have spent quite a few years in IT already. I started 20 years ago after graduating from the Technical University in Sofia.
Hi, my name is Zach, and I'm a team lead working from the North Office for Ascent. I've been working full-time with the company for 4 years. Previously, I had spent 2 summers as an intern.
My name is Monica and I'm part of the HR team.
I'm Pam, I'm 36 years old. I've been working in the IT industry for the past 11 years. I have been working with Ascent Software for the past 11 years, and prior to that, I was an IT teacher for secondary school students.
Hi, I'm Jürgen, I'm a team lead from Malta.
Hi, my name is Mario, and I've been a software engineer for as long as I can remember. But I started making money out of it since I finished high school, or about 10 years.
I'm Marin. Product is my passion.
I am Irina from the recruitment team here in Bulgaria. I'm part of the company for 2.5 years already.
I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of good choices during my career progression. And I want to share with you some of the key things that I think made me who I am.
One important thing in our job is to never stop learning new things.
What are some key lessons that I've learned throughout my career? The most important lesson for me was to learn to believe in myself.
Really try to do something that is interesting and that you love, which is a standard thing. But on top of it, don't try to avoid dirty jobs and jobs you don't like, because this is when you learn most. These are the best lessons in life. And actually you will feel proudest after you achieved something which seemed to be not very nice or tough, or some really dirty job that no one else wanted to do, but you did it. So this is very important. In addition to that, try to work in an atmosphere that is comfortable. You should feel comfortable with the people around you. Still, there may be people you don't personally like, but you can be very good colleagues with them. So be open-minded and don't avoid people that you think are really not very nice, or you don't like them, or you don't want to be like them. Still, you can do a very good job with such kind of people.
Main things which changed over the past 4 years is that leaving the university, your main focus is always to write the best code possible. And you think that this is the only thing that is important when you're a developer. However, as time goes, that mindset slowly switches to writing the best code, to providing the most value. What I mean by this is not that we focus less on writing good code, because that becomes even more important the more senior you become. However, your mindset changes simply noticing that you provide value not just by writing code. You provide value by contributing to your team and providing the most value you can to your client. The best developers are not always the best programmers, and it's important to really prioritize this team-first mindset, because a happy team usually means a happy client, and a happy client usually means good feedback, which means happy developers.
We live in a world where technology rapidly changes and new things emerge every day. If we don't keep up, we will just stay outdated and fall behind. Of course, you can do this in your free time, but it's very beneficial when the company invests you and you can actually use your skills in the company. Thanks to the daily reviews we had each year and the personal development map tailored for each of us, I was very motivated to learn new things, and actually I had a chance to use them in the projects afterwards. Because of that, I not only gained technical skills like learning serverless architecture, learning GraphQL, learning cross-platform mobile applications, learning Dart and Flutter, but also I learned a lot of soft skills like leading a team, speaking to people, speaking with clients, managing projects and making sure they meet clients' needs.
When I was teaching back now 10 years, 11 years, most of the girls would ask me or would tell me, but I'm not quite sure, I'm convinced that I want to sit down in front of a laptop for 9 hours, 8 hours a day and code. Well, the IT industry is not just about development. As I've already mentioned, throughout my 11 years of working within the same company, I had various roles. I am also not the kind of person who likes to sit down in front of a laptop for 8 hours. I need to meet people. And my role within the company allowed me to do that. As I said, I did training, so I was involved directly with clients. I traveled, I went on site. I spent a number of months training people and assisting them to learn how to use the application. So it's not all about sitting in front of a PC, a laptop, and work for 8 hours a day.
When you're communicating with somebody, you need to be very patient. You need to be empathic in every moment because you're not sure what the person is going through. So it's very important.
So the biggest lesson for me at Ascent, I think, was to embrace change. And maybe this is working in a different team with different people. Maybe it's on a different project, a new one or an older one. Working with new technologies or old technologies as well. Maybe it's just looking at things in a different perspective. There's always something that you can learn from change, and I think that by allowing ourselves to learn from changes, we can grow much more quickly. So I believe that this was the number one reason for my career progression at Ascent, because I worked with different people, like I already mentioned, work on different projects, on different technologies. You get an understanding, maybe not always deep understanding, but you get a broad understanding of a lot of different areas, a lot of different perspectives, technologies, and all of these add up and build the person that you become.
Working transparently is a very key factor in your daily job. You want to know how your colleagues are doing and you want them to know how you're doing. So work out loud and participate in meetings as often as you can. So work just gets better, trust me.
I started off with mathematics and ended up in product management. Many people ask, there's no relation between the two, but in a way I think there is. My advice to you when you're kind of looking for what you're passionate about is always ask the question why. We do that quite often as product owners. We ask, why do you want to build this? Why don't you want to build this? It's where my passion lies. Everybody should be able to have the chance to find out what they're passionate about.
And push yourself a little more every day in order to be successful. It takes time and patience, but it's worth it. And my recommendation for everyone who is looking for the best place to work at is to be calm and open, honest as well over the interviews, sharing their vision for improvement, and that way it will be easier for both of the sides to decide whether they can collaborate and be beneficial for each other.
I also, if you had to look at the figures at the number of men versus women within our company, you'd also realize that there are more men than women. But as you can see, I have progressed, and so have my female colleagues within the company. There are lots of opportunities for women. There are lots of opportunities within the IT world. And as I already said, my role throughout these last 11 years has changed. So it doesn't necessarily mean that we need to be geeks behind a laptop developing or coding an application. There are various roles within the IT world that we can take that we can do just as good or even better than the men here.
Use your intuition. Deep in yourself, you know what is the perfect place for you. Even though it's a lack of stress or a lot of big opportunities for growth, you know it. So think and again ask questions, because your career is made up of your decisions.
One thing that I want you to know is that you must work closely with your manager. His job is to help you progress in your career, and if you make it as easy as you can for him, that's gonna help you too.
And the other thing is, don't avoid any kind of challenges. Try to challenge yourself, confront your comfortability, and build on top, always build on top of what you already have.
When looking for a company, I think it's super important to value technologies that you guys find interesting, and also technologies which are at the forefront. And what I mean by this is that if you're working with stagnant technologies, you yourself are going to stagnate. And it's very important that you're working with technologies which are constantly growing, because that allows you to grow as well, to keep ahead of the curve. In addition to that, I think it's very valuable to find a place of work where there are a number of different opportunities and different places for growth. Sometimes you can work for a company which only works in one specific sector, which means you're going to be limited to working in one specific thing. However, in other companies such as Ascent, you are able to work in a bunch of different areas, which are completely different from each other, and obviously some of these may interest you and some of these may not. So there's much more of a chance of you finding something which is interesting. And when you're working on something which interests you more than just the technology that it's using, you would be gaining more satisfaction by adding value to that product versus something you don't find as interesting.
Another aspect that has had a huge impact on my career is time management and how I approach it. So one of the key things that I learned at Ascent is to always be on the lookout for new technologies, new extensions and new tools that can help you in your day-to-day tasks. So whether it's learning a new shortcut every so often for your IDE, or just by reading the logs of the updates of your IDE, it can give you a new way of doing things, a quicker way of doing something, and basically just by incorporating those in your day-to-day tasks, you can be more productive, you can be more efficient, and you can actually then focus on the task at hand. At the same time, I also try to invest some time every now and then to check and update when's the best time for me to focus on communication, whether it's emails or meetings or development and technical tasks. Maybe it's updating documentation. And by doing this, I actually try to be productive the whole day, and try to actually also relax my mind from focusing on different tasks at the same time, so reducing context switching as well.
I wonder why I chose to work at Ascent. I think it was kind of instant match. The people that I met at the interview were awesome, and so were my colleagues. And the atmosphere is just great. I feel home here.
I felt that the company spirit, the energy, the attitude was exactly what I was looking for. I love my team because of the team spirit, and because when I have a problem, there is always someone who will help me, and I know that.
They value these things very highly, and it's a place where we work in endless amount of streams. We're working using the latest technologies, and it's also somewhere where, as I've seen personally, it's a company which allows you to grow, and it's a company which really pushes you to go above just your role. If you're a software developer but you're capable of helping lead a team, the company is really going to push you to give as much value as you can, and obviously that will benefit both the company but also yourself, because this is the way you'll see the most personal development.
I think the company leadership has a very clear vision about what it wants to achieve. We have very clear goals, where we know where we are and where we want to be. And we are in a very interesting era of IT, because we are switching now to the cloud, we're adopting artificial intelligence technologies, and it is an extremely interesting time to work in IT. So we have the chance to implement the best and the greatest technologies available now, and to deliver great products to our clients.
If you're passionate about product, don't hesitate, come join us here. You'll be happy with the fact that we build and ship amazing product, and you get to work alongside with many great people. So don't hesitate, come join us.
Работа БГ. За всеки джоб.
Do you run awards, applications, call for papers, grants, scholarships, funding, or other programs? Aren't you sick of chaotic communication, hundreds of emails, and messy documents? This can be time-consuming and tedious at the very least. Say hi to Evolado, a next-gen submission and evaluation platform that streamlines all your work. No matter if you've got 10 or a bazillion submissions, we've got your back with the right tools. It's super simple and quick. Set up your program and tailor it to your needs in minutes. Then create a custom web page to collect submissions, or embed the form on your website, all fitting your brand's look and feel. Voila! Now applicants can start registering for your program. They get a personal profile to create, edit, and send their submissions with a click. And you manage submissions like never before, equipped with everything and more to make your job a breeze. The evaluation process is a walk in the park too. Customize it to your liking. Then invite judges and assign submissions to them at any time. Now the sweetest part. Monitor and analyze detailed statistics and grow your success. Did we mention Evolado works with your favorite apps on the web? Yep, you can connect it to the tools and services you use every day. Evolado is a joy for everyone involved. Applicants and judges will thank you for the convenient and quick system you've provided. And you and your team will enjoy the smart way to run programs, yet within your budget. Start working on your next program right away. No training needed. Sign up for free at evolado.com.